Welcome to Lighten Up, the Art of Living Clutter-Free, the podcast where we tackle the literal and figurative clutter standing between you and your healthiest and happiest life. I'm Melanie, your host, coach, and guide on this journey to help you design a life that you love. Whether it's clearing out your kitchen cabinets, untangling your digital files, or letting go of the mental blocks that hold you back, we're here to make space for what truly matters. Let's lighten up together. Starting now. Hello and welcome back to Lighten Up, the Art of Living Clutter-Free. I'm Melanie, your host, and this is the place where we talk about all things clutter, both physical and mental. And today, let me give you the title. Too many tabs, too many distractions, the weight of digital clutter. So this is where this came from. I always knew that I wanted to talk about digital clutter in an episode, but I was inspired to hurry up and do it because the other day I was in a meeting where a woman shared her screen and I nearly fell off my chair when I saw that she had 59 open tabs. And yeah, I silently counted her tabs without using my finger to point. I had to count them because I needed to know how many were there. It just looked so ridiculous to me. There were 59. What's funny about this is that I was overwhelmed going into the meeting trying to figure out what tabs to close because I had 17 open. And compared to her, I felt like a digital minimalist. But to be honest, 17 is still too many. And I get why this happens for me. Sometimes I think that keeping tabs open will help me remember to do something or remember the reference to a new tool or website that I haven't utilized before. It's kind of like a don't forget and where to find that thing. So it's like my browser becomes a visual to-do list. And let's be honest, most of us have an actual to-do list. So for me, I'll do it, somehow becomes, I'll leave the tab open, which doesn't help me in the long run. It makes more sense to bookmark or save to a reading list. Better, add it to a link in your digital calendar for a future to-do. That way it's scheduled and you won't feel the need to keep it lingering as a tab reminder. And so as I record this, I only have 3 tabs open, but I've gotten really super good when at least I'm in recording mode to close as many tabs as possible. And so this conversation actually came up in a previous episode of Lighten Up, the Art of Living Clutter-Free. It was episode 9 with Sonia Weishaupt Christie, and we were talking about how physical and mental clutter weigh us down literally and figuratively. And I love the analogy she used. She said that just like having too many open tabs can slow down your computer, having too much physical clutter can slow you down in life. If your brain is constantly jumping between unfinished tasks, unread emails, and a cluttered desktop, it is no wonder why you end up feeling so overwhelmed. So let's first talk about what digital clutter is. It may sound obvious, but I want to go through all of them because it includes too many open tabs on the computer, which we already know I can be guilty of. It can be a cluttered desktop filled with random files. It can be an overflowing email box with thousands of unread messages. It can be apps that you never use that are taking up space on your phone. It can be digital photos and files that are disorganized, or even things like digital photos where there are so many duplicates. It may be difficult to find subscriptions and notifications that bombard you daily. There's a lot of different forms of digital clutter. And the impact of digital clutter, it's easy to joke about the inboxes with 10,000 unread messages, but for many people, that growing number is a real source of shame, anxiety, and avoidance. And we talk about this a lot, whether it's weight or clutter, whether it's physical or mental, can be a real source of shame and anxiety and avoidance. Like we stare at these things and we feel instantly defeated. So we close the tab, promise ourselves we'll deal with it later, and then later rarely comes. And the emotional clutter piles up right alongside the digital clutter. And the digital clutter makes the emotional clutter hard, and the emotional clutter makes the digital clutter hard. And here we are in another one of those crazy cycles. So the weight of this digital clutter can also bleed into our relationships. Think of it this way: missed messages, forgotten replies, that one DM that you swore you'd respond but never did. They can all lead to disconnect and guilt. Clearing digital clutter isn't just about productivity, it's about showing up more fully for the people in your life that truly matter. And here's something I see over and over again: physical and digital clutter reflect each other. A messy desktop screen often goes in hand with a messy physical desktop. Tackling one can spark momentum to address the other. It is all connected. Just like physical clutter, digital clutter can increase stress and overwhelm. It can reduce focus and productivity, can slow down our devices, as I previously mentioned. It can make it harder to find what you need. It keeps you mentally distracted and unfocused. I want to talk a little bit about that whole "it's harder to find what you need," because I've said before, there's research that says that the average American spends nearly 1 year of their entire life searching for lost items. And that may sound like a lot when we're talking about, like, I can't find the car keys, or I can't find my glasses, which is often because they're on my head, and not being able to find, the back to the earring or the favorite shirt, or, having a hard time finding those things makes sense. But it still seems like a year is a lot. But when you start thinking about searching for missed files or long lost emails or a text message that has a particular piece of information in it, when you add all that up, yeah, I probably spend thousands of hours searching for things. So before we dive into some quick wins, I want to share something personal. Don't worry, it's not that exciting. I keep both a digital calendar and a paper one. I quite literally have an emotional attachment to my planner and find clarity when I write things down. And I also love it when I take a highlighter and cross that item out. My paper calendar is always open. It's next to me when I'm working. And honestly, most of the time I can often find what I need on the calendar faster than opening the calendar app. That said, the digital calendar is still super helpful to me and necessary. It's necessary for setting alarms and reminders. It's helpful when adding events and things to our family calendar that we all keep, so we know who needs to be where and when. Those reminders, these are things that, like, no paper calendar can do. And remember, in all cases of reaching goals, in this case, living a digital clutter-free life, the strategies that you use need to be a good fit with your life. The tools you use, the strategies you try, the behaviors you employ must be totally different from somebody else's. Or what I mean to say is they might be totally different from someone else's. And that's okay. My goal is never to get you to do it my way, but to use my stories as a way for you to discover what works best for you. So let's talk about some simple steps to decluttering digitally. If your digital mess feels completely overwhelming, some of these suggestions for getting organized might actually feel like too much. I get it. That's why, just like every space we declutter, this needs to be done in, say it with me, y'all, ridiculously simple steps. No cleaning out your entire email box in 5 minutes. No deleting duplicate photos in 10. No organizing your Google Drive in an hour. No magically taming your downloads folder while making dinner. Give yourself grace and make it manageable. Set small, ridiculously simple goals, like, I'll unsubscribe from 5 emails today. I'll clean up one folder on my desktop. I'll delete duplicate photos from just the last vacation. I will create one folder in Google Drive and move 5 files into it. Start with what feels possible and build from there. To some of you, those goals may sound ridiculously simple, and that's the idea, because a simple goal is easy to achieve quickly, gives you the confidence that you can take on the next step, and in fact will help you gain momentum and inspiration for taking that next step. I've worked with clients who've had over 100,000 unread emails. Yeah, 6 figures. And even when they made progress by breaking it into tiny, manageable actions, it still felt overwhelming. And that's okay. So, like, maybe you start with your phone's home screen or just one folder in your camera roll. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Remember, messy action is better than no action. This is about progress, not perfection. So if this sounds like you, here are just a few quick ways to lighten your digital load. 1, close unnecessary tabs. If you're not using it, close it. If you need to save something, use bookmarks or a reading list. This isn't hard, and it's not a hard and fast rule. It's an experiment. See what works best for you. Maybe even try closing all but 2 tabs for a day and look and see how it feels. Like notice. So clean your desktop may involve keeping only what you need and organize files into folders. Again, this is just a suggestion. Pick a system that fits your brain and that fits your lifestyle. You might be surprised how freeing it feels to have a clear digital workspace. Unsubscribe from emails, reduce the noise. There's so much noise when it comes to your email. So if you reduce the noise by getting rid of the subscriptions that you don't read, here's the thing. No one needs daily emails from the Gap, Macy's, Best Buy, or any other large retailer. It just encourages us to shop. Sure, there are times you need something from your favorite retailer, and when that happens, go in person or go online. It is not necessary to get the emails announcing the newest jeans, the most special tech, the most recent cosmetic drops. It just tempts us to shop, spend money, and potentially rack up clutter that is in the financial form. Delete unused apps. Free up space and remove the distractions. This might feel extreme at first, but try deleting a few. See if you even notice they're gone. You can always add them back later if needed. Okay, so organizing digital photos and files. This can be overwhelming. Many of us have photo clutter in the physical form. And so for many of us, part of eliminating that clutter is digitizing those photos. And the question is, am I digitizing them in a way that gives me good organization and I know where to find things? So set aside time to clean up and categorize your files so you can find them easily. Just like I said before, don't aim for perfection. Just create a vacation folder, create a luncheon folder. I'm not coming up with good ideas for you because I know what works for me. And this is something that I have been tackling. Just take a step to make it feel manageable. Okay. And you know what? Some of the strategies that we use in different areas, maybe set a timer for 10 minutes and just see how much you can get through in that 10 minutes. Chances are you'll stay and keep working on it for another 5 or 10. But if you don't, it's okay because the goal was set for 10 minutes. All right. Now, unnecessary notifications. Turn them off. Cut down on the distractions and reclaim your focus. You can set aside specific times, maybe once every hour or in between tasks, to check emails, texts, DMs, and other messages. By doing this, you can be assured that you won't miss anything important, but you will avoid the constant interruptions that can derail your focus. There are a lot of clutter coaches and executive function coaches that encourage checking messages only once or twice a day. And I realize that's not realistic for most of us, me included, but it's definitely something to work towards. Remember, these ideas are not all or nothing. Try what sounds outrageous and see what sticks. You might surprise yourself. So choosing the tools that work for you is going to be incredibly important. People often ask what I use to keep things manageable. And the truth is, I don't have a fancy list of apps or programs to recommend. I believe that the best system is the one that works for you. And some people love apps, while other people prefer sticky notes and highlighters. Rather than force yourself into someone else's system, try things out, experiment. Maybe you will fall in love with bookmarking links or adding them to your digital calendar. Maybe you'll finally create folders in your camera roll. And maybe not. The point is, find what fits your brain, fits your schedule, and fits your real life. So if you are ready to lighten up digital clutter, just like physical clutter, isn't just an inconvenience, it's an energy drain. If you're feeling the weight of too many tabs, files, and emails, start small and make digital decluttering part of your daily routine. If you want to dive deeper into this topic, listen to episode 9 of Lighten Up, the Art of Living Clutter-Free, where Sonia and I discuss how clutter, both digital and physical, can slow us down. Let's clear this clutter together. If you're ready to start creating space in your life for the things that really matter, schedule a free strategy session with me to design your healthy life. Book it now. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Lighten Up, the Art of Living Clutter-Free. I hope you found a spark of inspiration to help declutter not just your space, but your mind and life as well. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could use a little lightness in their life. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about progress. Small steps lead to big changes, and I'm here to help you every step of the way. For more tips, resources, and ways to connect, check out my website, follow me on social media, and don't forget to check out the Design Your Healthy Life Strategy program to take your transformation even further. Until next time, keep letting go of what